All right, so a lot of men think they want good looks, that they want a woman who could cook, but those are all superficial things. So in this video, I'm gonna be showing you five things that men really want in a woman, the good ones, but they just don't know they want it, so that you can give them what they want. That's why guys cannot tell you what they want in a person, in a woman, because they haven't really done self-inquiry. So I'm going to reveal to you those things so that you can work on it. And also, I'm going to show you what to do to provide that for him. Now, this is not going to be superficially, which is to say, you got to do this in order to give him this. No, no, no. I'm going to show you how to develop it from the inside so that you don't have to think about it. So that it's something that's more unconscious rather than consciously trying to give your man what you want. It takes too much effort, all right? So let's get started. One, and this is kind of surprising, masculinity. See, it's okay to have. A lot of women think that having masculinity will make guys lose attraction. When I talk about masculine, it's more about the aggressive nature that men have, that women try to suppress inside of them. Testosterone is what drives men to be more ambitious, competitive, and overly more aggressive. You see, so most women, out of insecurity, they elect to suppress their masculine side. They suppress it because they believe that being overly feminine will keep the guy. The problem with that, it makes you an unbalanced individual, because as human beings, we have to learn how to embrace the feminine and the masculine. And the only reason why most people don't embrace those polarities is because out of insecurity. Guys who are insecure will try to act more masculine for the sake of acting masculine. Women who are insecure will try to act more feminine for the sake of being more feminine and to get their validation. The problem is that when you do that, you're not really being yourself. You're compartmentalizing yourself. So what you have to understand is that guys love some masculinity in women. They just don't know it. Somehow the guys like girls who, they find attractive women who skate. They find attractive women who like sports. They find attractive women who do things that are considered masculine. Why is that? Because as guys, we've been raised to relate to each other. We relate to each other's masculinity. So when we find a woman who is not just feminine, which will attract us, but also masculine, it'll allow us to actually build a stronger bond, because we've been so used to the masculine that it's not that difficult. He'll say to himself, "Look, she's so cool. I can hang out with her. She's almost like my friend." It's because there's a hint of masculinity in you. Now, I'm not telling you to create this out of thin air, but rather you gotta learn how to bring it out in yourself, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. The problem though is that in order to bring it out, you have to look through the judgment and the shame that comes with it. A lot of women are judged by pursuing masculine ambition. For example, when you were a little girl, you were told do this, do that, because you were a girl. You can't play that, you can't play with that. Stand like this, stand like that, sit like this, sit like that. And as a result, superficial things will produce internal results, which is to say, you become jaded, you become hindered. You say to yourself, because I'm a woman, I can't do that. So you don't really learn to be yourself you don't learn to be yourself because you're trying to capitulate to other people's demands. So what tends to happen is that becomes a habit. So those things, the parts of you who you think you are in reality, is more of a reaction to fear of being judged by other people. For example, when I was a little kid, I used to love playing with Superman, but I loved playing with Barbies. Not because I was gay, but because Superman needed to rescue someone. So I asked my mom, give me a Barbie. She was like, no, you can't do that. And I'm like, Superman needs to rescue someone. A lot of kids were ashamed to ask for that, but I didn't give a fuck, to be quite honest with you. The point to it is that you can't really be yourself if you say to yourself, these things, these masculine traits cannot be me because I'm a woman. So when you talk to a guy, then you'll be too feminine. It's too feminine. Guys will stay with you more if you embrace some of that masculinity, which it is inside of you. So learn to observe the moments when you suppress your personality, moments when you feel ashamed of doing this or that. Who you are. It's underneath the shame and guilt, where your feminine nature lies. Don't run away from that pain, the shame, the desire to do this, the desire to do that. Run towards it and explore it. Feel the sensation of pain associated with the action you're trying to do. Feel the sensation of pain associated with any sort of shame that you feel. And just observe it. Become more self-aware of your inner and emotional state. You see, because your masculine side, the natural interest, the natural desire to say this or that is going to naturally arise. But the point is that a guy just wants you to have a hint of masculinity. All right? So that's the first thing. The second thing, a bit of uncertainty. Guys want to know that their girl is loved, that their girl loves and cares about them. And that's natural, right? That's like common sense. But whenever he knows that you care and love him whenever he knows that he has you and that he's never gonna lose you, you know what happens? You get lazy. Guys get lazy. When do guys work to get a girl? When he feels like he's losing her. That's what tends to happen. For example, it's kind of like if you're raised as a child and you're given everything, what happens? You lose ambition. If you continually validate him without him having to work for you, without him having to work to gain those validation, then he's gonna grow used to it. What you have to do is from time to time give him hints that there is a possibility that if you fuck up, you could lose me. A lot of women don't give him that. A lot of women don't give him that dose of reality because of fear of losing the guy. But that's reality. He could lose you, but you don't want to let him know that because you don't want to lose him. You see, and that's where you're fucking yourself up. You got to give him some uncertainty. You see, whenever there's no competition, which is to say when he knows that he has you and that there's no other guy that's going to take you, right? Or at least the threat of it, a man won't be sexually ready to fight for his woman. He needs to feel the need to consistently impress you, to consistently win you over every single day. Now, I'm not talking about you be a woman who loves him conditionally. I'm not talking about that, right? But don't be so naive to make him feel that there's nothing he could do to lose you. Don't be that naive. If a person stops working for something, they'll lose it. That's how the law of nature works. Women make guys feel so secure, so validated that they know they'll never lose you. So what's the point of him having to work to keep you? What's the point of him having to try to reseduce you and all that sort of stuff? What's the point? There isn't. So make him feel a bit uncertain by increasing either your social circle, because when you increase your social circle, that means that there's more people around you that he has to keep up to. There has to be some sexual competition. I'm not saying that you're gonna fuck him, no, but I'm just saying let him know. Let him know that the enemy is hovering around you. Let him know. You see? Taking classes where there's where that includes the opposite sex so that he can stay in a sexually competitive state, consistently looking over you, not from a jealousy perspective, but from the perspective of working on himself, working on his self-esteem, working on his body, being healthy, trying to stay up to date. Because if you don't do that, then the guys will grow bored. When you give a guy certainty, he's gonna stop working for you. You see what I'm saying? I promise you that a guy who feels like he's losing his woman will work more together than a guy feeling that he has her. We all need a challenge. That's how it is. We all need a challenge. And if you don't provide him that challenge, guess what? He's going to lose interest. And I don't give a fuck if you tell me this is playing games. It's just how life is. Life is a game. Don't take it so seriously. Number 3, high levels of self-awareness. Guys don't think about this because they don't go as deep as I do, right? I think about the spiritual aspect. Low levels of self-awareness always yields to low self-esteem. The low levels of self-awareness comes from because of you not wanting to see what's inside of you. So as a result, because what's inside of you produces so much pain, you will naturally expand your awareness. You will naturally turn your awareness from the inside to the outside. Rather than observing the pain, you try to find alleviation, quick fixes to fix the pain inside of you. The distractions strengthens the false self you're trying to project and peripherally. It strengthens the false self you're trying to project and peripherally. You see what I'm saying? So rather than fixing the issue, the cure becomes worse than the disease. Your desire to not be aware of your pain causes you to feel more pain at an unconscious level. It's almost like a rogue program that's running behind the background of a computer, taking up all of the RAM. That's what tends to happen the more you divert your attention from the inside to the outside as a result of pain. The outside projection comes in the form of looking for validation, trying to feel better, trying to find someone to fix what's inside of you. So as a result, you project onto the world defensiveness and constant conflict within and without. You're always fighting with yourself, the shame, the guilt, the anger, the pain, and as a result, you try to project that outward as a way to relieve yourself. The projection of you trying to relieve yourself from the pain causes you to attract more situations that makes that pain even stronger. The pain becomes stronger, and so your aversion to observe what's inside of you becomes even stronger. So you try to find more validation. So you try to find that guy, and you become addicted to that guy to the point of the guy losing attraction. And that's because of your low level of self-awareness. To overcome this, you have to learn to go within yourself and become more present to your experience. See the parts that you are ashamed of and observe the physical sensations associated to it. Notice how your mind reacts to your body and stay present, which is to say, keep the knowing. Don't try to distract yourself. Know the pain and see it and stay there. Don't do nothing about it. Smile at your pain. Go towards the pain. This will increase your levels of self-awareness and thus drastically improve your relationship with yourself and your relationship with others. Men will love you because having high levels of self-awareness allows guys to experience you without having to deal with the counter-transference of your own pain, with the projections and with the projections of your own pain onto them, wherein you feel shitty, and as a result, you accuse them of making you feel shitty because you place them in the role of you make me happy because I cannot make myself happy, and that makes run away from you. You see? So you gotta learn to become your own source of positive emotion, your own ecosystem of positive emotions by going into your pain rather than running away from it. And that increases your level of self-awareness. And guess what? The more pain you have, the more self-aware you could potentially become, because it's a lot easier to wake up from a nightmare than to wake up from a good dream. Number 4. When a guy good man will look for a woman who has a life. Bad man will look for a woman who doesn't have a life, because it's a lot more easy to manipulate. An isolated target is much more vulnerable than a target surrounded by social support. A woman without a life is a woman who's not living with purpose. You have to have things you do outside of your man, right? It's crucial because it's crucial for a woman to have a social circle or activity that she does that doesn't include your man. Why is that? Because a man wants a woman who could be fine without him. He might want her all to himself, right? But he'll soon realize that how he feels to have a woman who doesn't have any sources of self-esteem without him isn't as good as he thinks. But if he does like having a woman who depends on him, then you have to run away from him because he's using you as self-esteem. You see, don't make that mistake. Begin to surround yourself. Begin to surround yourself with a good social circle. Start going to activities where you meet people. Got salsa class. Start going to yoga class. Start going to cooking classes. Start going to different kind of activities that doesn't include your guy, because if you don't do that, then you're gonna grow depending on him. Start getting closer to your family. And if you struggle getting closer to your family, get closer to yourself. Go within yourself and observe any pain you are experiencing. Tell you, man, self-awareness is fucking huge, man. It really is. And a lot of women, they think that if they find a guy, they'll find happiness. But the problem though is that when you find a guy, he'll become your life. He'll become your life, and guess what? It's a lot easier to manipulate someone who doesn't have any other sources of happiness. It's very easy. And I'm telling you, the outcome is always anticlimactic because you're gonna make the guy pull away from you. If you have no life but him. No bueno, muchacha, no bueno. The last one. When a woman who values her health, it's simple. If you're dead, he can't love you. Like seriously, like if you're dead, you guys can't be together. But the point is, a lot of women, they don't really take care of their health that much. They eat a lot of sugar. Their insulin level is always high. They have low energy. You see, you can't think straight. You're consistently not taking care of your body. You're not stretching. You're not keeping your ligaments nice and nimble. You're not eating the right things. You're eating processed foods. You're consistently not working out, letting go of yourself. Now, I'm not talking about looking pretty. I'm talking about being internally and externally healthy. You must learn to not just take care of your mind, which is what I taught you, but also take care of your body. You see, it's not just about being in shape. It's about giving your body what it needs, the proper nutrients that's balanced and that promotes health and vitality. Too many women let their health go after a while. You see, and I like to believe that the healthier a woman is, the more attractive she is. It's just that simple. You see, and it provides less complications in their relationship. A man wants a woman who's healthy and who takes care of herself. He likes that because not only is she healthy, but it also inspires a guy. It inspires him to actually improve with his life as well. See, I'm not saying that men are superficial and they prefer a sexy, healthy woman. No, but that it's the natural reaction to find unhealthy things unattractive. An animal would rather eat a healthy animal than a sick animal. It's that simple. Animals taste different if they eat healthy animals as opposed to they eat unhealthy animals. So in other words, make not just your mental health your primary mode of attention, but also your physical health. And take that shit seriously. Guys admire that. Guys find that attractive. Guys really do. And when a guy notices that you don't care about your health, you're going to lose the good guys. You're going to lose them. You see what I'm saying? Anyways, that's pretty much it. The first one is masculinity. The second one is a guy wants a bit of uncertainty, which is to say, he knows that if he doesn't keep up, he might lose you. You see, and again, you have to have that. I don't give a fuck what people tell you. You have to have that. That keeps him sexually competitive. You see, high level having a guy wants a woman with high levels of self awareness. A guy wants a woman who has a life, and also a guy wants a woman who values her health. All right. Anyways, this is Alex from mindforattraction.org. I hope I was able to help. If you guys want one-on-one coaching, just go to mindforattraction.org/coach in the pocket. If you guys want to you guys are going to see the link below if you guys want one-on-one coaching. If you guys want to go to my seminar in LA, you're going to see the link below. It's going to be on the Eventbrite. And if you guys want to attend my seminar tomorrow, you can also sign up. All right. Anyways, take care and have a good day, and bye-bye.